Rock Bottom Picks UFC 322 JDM versus Makhachev goes down this Saturday. And this fight card is a banger, start to finish, in New York City, Madison Square Garden. I'm super excited. Big Saturday night for the welterweight division. We got Sean Brady, we got Leon Edwards, Carlos Prates. Yeah, let's just get right into it. The first fight of the card is Vyacheslav Borsev versus Mateus Camilo. Now, when I first look at this fight, this is different than on the ESPN website. I don't know what fight goes first, but hopefully this one is it. Anyways, Borshev is a really good striker, but he gets hurt way too much against guys that should not be hurting him. Um, and my biggest person as an example of that is Chase Hooper. I feel like he kind of softened him up on the ground, had him thinking about the takedowns, and then he got dropped by Chase Hooper, which is not a good look at all. Terrible look actually. Chase Hooper isn't built for like dropping people, so I'm gonna go with Mateus Camilo. I don't know much about him. His last fight is a loss. That's not a good look, but hopefully it's the fucking first fight. Not too worried about it. All right. Basagyur Sursakayev versus Eric Mechanico. Butchered this fucking guy's name, but this is the dude that fought on like short notice not too long ago. Let's see who it was against. It was against, I think, Eric Nolan was who it was. Here, let's go ahead and check. Sursakai, yeah, Eric Nolan, a guy who fights out of Eric Smith. Not Eric Smith. Lionheart's gym. He came there to scrap. It was a great fight, but man, this dude, he's like got a weird like striking kickboxing style, super like combat sambo ish, which is weird because it does work. It's 10-0 undefeated. Eric Mechanico just came off a win against Cody Brundage, but Cody Brundage is shit. Yeah, I think Sursakayev is going to keep his 10-0 record in this second fight of the card. Do I think Sursakayev is a champion? No. Definitely might be destined for the rankings. And this is his like third fight in fourth fight in this year. So yeah, fourth fight in 2025. So like the activity. So hopefully he wins. Next fight, Angela Hill versus Fatima Klein. Hill is 86 years old and counting, and I've never heard of Fatima Klein, so I'm going to go with her. And we move on to the next one. Okay, this is a fucking banger. I actually am excited for this one, but ooh, no, never mind. I thought the odds were. Look at the odds. Ooh, Sabatini is a favorite over Chepe Mariscal, and I don't know. The thing about Mariscal is that record is a lie. This dude is like really fucking good. He just kind of bulldozes people. He's a marauder. People forget, man. Chepe Mariscal, he always does a good job getting in the inside and clinching people up against the fence, working for his takedowns, and he's super good at breaking people. Does he have power to put away Sabatini? No, I don't think so. Sabatini is a really good grappler. Who did he fucking submit? Sabatini like submitted some good high level dude in the UFC grappling thing. Got chinned by fucking Lopez. Got chinned by Damon Jackson by a front kick. I mean, losing by fucking Damon Jackson is a bad look. And I like Mariscal. He's the underdog. I think this is good money for Mariscal. So I'm going to go with Chepe, and I think he gets it done by decision. So Chepe Mariscal by decision. Okay. And then headlining the prelims is Kyle Doofus Dawkins versus the fucking GOAT GM3. Okay. This is a good fight. I really like Kyle Dawkins. Fighting out of Philadelphia. This is his second stint in the UFC. His first one, he had that loss to Phil Haas, beat Stoltzfus, and then the weird thing with Holland, Man, it was weird seeing Holland get put out cold with that headbutt, but if it was the other way, I feel like they would have definitely let uh, Holland get away with that headbutt. I mean, you see it all the time. It's just favoritism. I mean, I don't think Kyle Dawkins is that promotable per se, but then he came back and he fucking destroys Michelle Pereira. I don't know what he was up to that night, but Kyle Dawkins went out there and beat him in the first round, fucking destroyed him, and Gerald Meerschaert is losing. I think there's something with Meerschaert's record where, like, this is the first time he's lost more than two in a row. Like, every time he's like won, lost one, won three, lost two, won two, lost one. But there's just a point in his career. How old is he? He is. You can't see how old he is. Let's go to. He's 37 years old, man. Yeah, he's getting up there. I don't see him taking damage good. And the Dark Knight, man, Kyle Darkness. uh, Kyle Dawkins is a fucking elite grappler. Super long limbs, nice darces. I mean, they don't call him the Dark Knight for no reason. I'm gonna go with Kyle Dawkins, and he is the almost minus 530 favorite for a reason. I think he gets this done. We move on to the prelims. Cameron Wellmaker versus Cody Haddon. Cameron Wellmaker, man. Cameron Wellmaker. Holy shit. 10-0. Just knocked out Moutinho. That was a gimme fight, but before that, beat Simon and then some other dude. I think the best win out of that whole win streak in the UFC was the Simon one. I think Simon is an elite striker. Pretty high on him. And then Cody Haddon also coming off of a win. I believe it was his UFC debut. And this is a fucking banger. I think this should be headlining the prelims over Fraud Nickel, over Vieira. I think Wellmaker is the future of 35. I think he could go really far. I think he's athletic enough to be able to negate any clinch work, Muay Thai, wrestling, jiu-jitsu that Cody Haddon is going to go out there with. I mean, he's Australian. He's probably going to go out there and fucking brawl with him. And I think Wellmaker's going to find something. You know, yeah, I think Wellmaker wins. And I do think he knocks Cody Haddon out. Round 1 or round 2 knockout. I haven't seen too much of Cody Haddon. He could go out there and just totally fraud check this guy, but I really think Cameron Wellmaker goes pretty far. Is he a champion? I don't know yet. Definitely top 15. Because I think he could, like, chin Font. Font is open, man, in the boxing. So I think Wellmaker goes pretty far here in 135. And he is a minus 155 favorite, so you're not really making money on that. And then we got this. Aaron Blanchfield, Tracy Cortez. This is a rematch. They fought in Invicta, I'm pretty sure, and Tracy Cortez won a robbery decision, and I think that Blanchfield is going to win this fight 29-28 decision. Next one. Roman Kopylov versus fucking RoboCop. Now, this is also a banger. RoboCop is coming off of, I think, who did RoboCop just beat? He could be coming off that win against Christian Leroy Duncan, but I'm not sure. No, he just knocked out Jack Hermanson. Oh, that's a good win. That's a great win for Rodriguez. And Kopylov just lost to Paulo Costa, who has really taken a note from Colby Covington on fighting once in a fucking blue moon. But Kopylov is active. Really good striker. I love his body kicks. I'm not sure why we don't see more body kicks. Maybe it's because of the wrestling, but all the striking that I'm talking about for Kopylov doesn't even come close to. I'm pretty sure Gregory Rodriguez is a nationally ranked wrestler from Brazil. I know Brazil is known for wrestling, but this dude is a fucking great grappler. He does got a lot of muscle on him, so he could gas out, but I don't know. He's like weirdly stiff when he strikes, but he's got like fucking sticky piston Minecraft power. It's weird. He genuinely slumps people out cold sometimes, but then he doesn't have a chin back. If I see Kopylov winning, I think he does a good job on not letting Gregory push him up against the fence and stays on the outside, and he does a lot of good kicks, setting up maybe like a head kick. I picked Kopylov to knock out uh, Paulo Costa with the head kick, but he didn't. But I think that's Kopylov's best way of winning against Rodriguez is to chin him. And this is a 3-rounder. And the last fight that we saw Rodriguez gas out in was against Cannonier, and I think that was a good lesson for him. And I think Rodriguez is definitely like a top 8 middleweight, and I think he wins this fight. And he is a favorite too. So picking a lot of favorites today, but I think this is good money on Rodriguez. So Rodriguez, decision for sure. And the main event of the prelims is Bo Nickel versus Rodolfo Vieira. I like Bo Nickel a lot. I'm a wrestler, so obviously I'm rooting for Bo Nickel, but like he's not like that marketable, and I feel like the way that RDR fight couldn't have gone worse for his image, being this dominant dude that like he's so not used to winning, and it's like seeing him like just kind of get bitched up against the fence and wilt under pressure against RDR, who then got fucking who then went to quit against Brendan All-In Allen. Can't believe RDR beat Whitaker, but it's just not a good look for Bo Nickel, and Vieira is a very good grappler, definitely on steroids. Had to hop off the juice for when USADA came in. Maybe he's back on it because they're off. But Vieira, he's got like one pump and dump cardio. He's out in like 30 seconds. That's why he never grapples. So this is an interesting matchup for Bo Nickel. I want to pick Rodolfo Vieira because this is not good money, actually. Man, people really lost hype in Bo Nickel after that. He took down RDR, double champion, won championship. I think Bo Nickel, I think this is a Paul Craig performance where I think Bo is naturally talented at like instincts on the feet, like his overhands. I think he's very good at, with Marvin Vettori, when he's got like people up against the fence, he's good at like just slipping right enough. I think Bo's got that trait with him, and I think the pressure is going to be able to get to Vieira, and I don't see Bo Nickel submitting him or finishing him with ground and pound, but I do see him maybe like controlling him and like floating to a 30-27 decision. Vieira is definitely a steroid cheat, though. I mean, the dude's physique when he was a jiu-jitsu guy was crazy different. And then he seemed to lose a lot of muscle ever since he got into the UFC. So if that's the case, you can never root for him. And let's go Bo Nickel. So Bo Nickel decision. And we move on to the fucking main card. Pay-per-view, baby. Beneil Dariush versus Benoit Saint-Denis. This is a banger. But that doesn't change the fact that Beneil Dariush is geriatric and 47 years old. This dude's got more gray hairs than Einstein. I don't know how he's still in the top 10 of lightweight. I'm a big Dariush fan, but he doesn't fight. This is the problem. Like, they complain about fighter pay, and then he doesn't fight. He's so old, he literally can't train without injuring himself. Let's look at this track. He fought in June against Moicano, good win. And then before that, fought in 2023. So 2-year layoff. Fought twice in 2023, so not even that active that year. And then took a 1 year before that, and then another year off. This dude has the worst schedule, more inconsistent than a Gen Z worker. I think Benoit Saint-Denis is locked in after fraud checking Rufy. Not really a fraud check, but I think Benoit is a great grappler. That kind of gets negated by Dariush. I mean, if you put Benoit against Gamrot right now, I think Gamrot would out-grapple Benoit, but then Dariush out-grappled him. But this dude hasn't been fucking fighting. Where has he been? I mean, I can't bet that he's like... He has to fight when it's perfect, so maybe he's like actually recovered, but if this guy's getting injured so much at 36 to where he's fighting once or twice a year, and then we got this young up-and-comer that was doing good against Poirier. Do I think Beneil does even as close to as Benoit does against Poirier when Poirier was in that Sean O'Malley versus Vera form? No, absolutely not. I think Beneil Dariush would get chinned because based off of the Oliveira fight on how powerful and good Poirier's boxing looked, I think Benoit. I think this is a nice. I think this is Benoit's last win of his win streak. I think after he wins this, he's gonna go on to fight maybe the loser of whoever Paddy or Gaethje fights, and then he gets chinned there. And he's the favorite too, picking a lot of favorites. I'm gonna go with Benoit. This is a great fight though. I like Dariush too. It's just where are these fighters, man? They like never fight, and then they complain about not getting paid. Like, fight. Anyways, moving on. Leon Edwards versus Carlos Prates. This. Wait, how many more fights are left? This is a long card. 3 more. Okay. Leon Edwards coming off the loss to Sean Brady back in March, I think. And then Carlos Prates coming off the spinning elbow over fucking Jeff Neal. And before that, he lost to Ian Gary. But he almost got him, man. People forget. I think Carlos Prates knocks out Edwards in round 1. I think Edwards is a good striker. He's like an elite striker. Obviously, head kick Usman out cold. There's no finishing. Besides that, let's look into his record. Hold on, man. Leon Edwards. Okay, so he just lost to Sean Brady. Before that, lost to Muhammad. Also, where's the activity? One fight in a year. 2 fights in 2023, and then before that, no activity from these guys. It's 22, 7 wins, 22 and 5, 7 wins by knockout, 3 wins by. So he's got like a 50-50 finishing rate. But this whole win streak in the UFC, decision. There's the KO against Usman, and the Covington fight is shit, man. I mean, I like Covington. I'm Oregon boy myself, but it was a rough watch. I mean, Buckley isn't even top 6 rank. I think Buckley's like top 6. And he was kind of piecing up Covington and making him look like he couldn't take any damage. And with Prates, I feel like his moments are so powerful and big that if you're getting rocked by Nate Diaz and Brian Barberena rocked him back in the day, it's just rough. I don't think Prates fumbles a finish like how he does against Gary or how Nate Diaz did against Leon all those years ago, because they never fucking fight. And I think one more and Prates could be fighting for the belt. I think Prates is the best fighting nerd. This is such a banger. I'm so nervous for this one. This is like the Yuri versus Roundtree of this card. This is such a fucking good fight. I'm literally so excited for this one. Anyways, and Prates is the favorite too. Sean Brady versus Michael Morales. Sean Brady. I guess no, I lied. I'm a fucking idiot. This fight should never be in front of this fight because Sean Brady just beat Leon Edwards. So kind of forgot about that. Anyways, Sean Brady versus Michael Morales. I'm going with Sean Brady. I feel like this is an easy fucking pick. Michael Morales is gay, and like I don't, and that's not a bad thing, and that's not why I'm picking it. Adam Fugit, rewatch that fight. Adam Fuckett was literally piecing up Michael Morales and mid fraud checking him. And then Michael Morales pulls out a fucking knockout. And Gilbert Burns isn't what he used to be. You're telling me that the Gilbert Burns that fought Michael Morales is the same guy that fought Hamza? Absolutely not. And Sean Brady just beat fucking Leon Edwards, dominated him, humiliated him. Main event. Went 4 rounds. I'm pretty sure how many rounds. Yeah, 4th round submission. And then he's going to 3 rounds. Michael Morales never even gone 5. I feel like this is where Michael Morales is. I think Brady wins this, gets the title shot. Michael Morales, loses this and then fights Leon. Gosh, I can't talk. Michael Morales loses this and then fights Leon. And then I think he would also lose Leon. I don't think Morales is that high level. He's from Ecuador. I almost said Venezuela. Holy shit, I might be racist. He's from Ecuador, and he's got like a judo background. I don't think he's like, I don't think he's elite. It's just weird. It's weird to say because he's already beaten so many people. When I look at Michael Morales, I see a guy that's not an elite fighter. That like, they say like with these Dagestani guys, is ET sleepy training. There's no way Michael Morales is like that. I mean, he likes his fashion. He is less of an MMA fighter than Sean Brady is. I mean, Sean Brady probably is in the gym 2 times a day, really fucking locked in. Like, this is all he thinks about. Michael Morales is too busy doing TikTok dances, and this might be an emotional pick. I might just be coping a little bit here. But minus 135 for Sean Brady. I feel like that's good money, and I'm picking him to win. So Sean Brady, and this is a decision or a submission. Um, yeah, Sean Brady. And then he gets the title shot after that. Moving on, Valentina Shevchenko, Zhang Weili. This is the 15th million Shevchenko fight that we've seen, and I haven't been excited for one of them. This one's okay. I like Zhang Weili. I think Zhang Weili is way more of a better athlete and is a lot healthier and younger and more technical. And when I say better athlete, I mean that this could transfer a lot into like the impact and damaging that comes into what they score. Maybe Shevchenko could just fucking grapple the shit out of Zhang Weili. I mean, she got out grappled by Rose Namajunas, who Rose does have to grapple with Pat Barry all the time. So, just to get him off of her ever since a young age. But, um, so that she isn't the best, but I mean that's good experience. So I'm gonna go with Zhang Weili. I think that she's just gonna. I think by the end of the fight, Shevchenko is gonna be like, and this punch is where I should won the fight. But she's got like more visible damage. Um, I don't really like Shevchenko. I don't really like this fight in general. So I'm gonna go to Zhang Weili, and we move on to the main event: JDM versus Islam. And I'm fucking picking JDM. This is a great fight. I'm so excited. I think that the B team and JDM might figure out the code here with Islam, and that's mainly because of the Bilal fight, man. Like, he perfectly stuffed all the takedowns, had a great game plan, and he's violent. He's violent. He goes for finishes. He's so fun to watch. He meets wrestlers with his head. I mean, like, day one of wrestling, where your head goes, your body goes. You stop takedowns with your head, hands, hips, and, all that jazz. JDM is a super technical, great scrambles, fights for top position. And everybody's like, oh, Islam looks so big. Islam looks so big. Everybody's all like, Islam is so big. And of course he's big. He's moving up a goddamn weight class, so he can't be as locked in. He's not going to be as locked in on his diet and nutrition in the off season like how he is at 155. I mean, he's naturally going to gain weight when you know that you don't have to cut the extra 15. But Poirier has a false hip. Volk on short notice. I mean, that hasn't. Volk on short notice was a great win, but before that, he had the whole IV thing with Volk. Should have lost that fight, man. RIP Volk. Came back though. Let's go. I just JDM's big. He's like not a 155er at all. He's not a 155er at all, and when Daggy's, I think we're gonna see a situation where Islam is down, and like the fifth, and it's just gonna be too much. I think JDM is gonna do so much damage to where by the fifth round, the wrestling and the control that Islam might be able to get on JDM, which I don't think he will be able to take down JDM. He's so good. at just getting to his feet or not even like accepting the position. Like he's up and out right away. Um, Islam has good kicks. He is a great striker. Jack Della, I could see JDM just not respecting the wrestling, and shooting when you're moving backwards is going to be a lot harder. I could see these uppercut feints opening up a lot more opportunities on the feints for JDM. And I think this is going to be a fucking banger. And I think JDM beats him in the fourth round. I think this is a fourth round KO. I think JDM puts Islam out really bad. I think we haven't seen Islam get chin since that Alexander Pantoja fight. People forget, man. And I think JDM. I think the only guy that really didn't really get put down and out was Holland and Bilal, obviously. But man, Bilal's a dog. He has got a chin on him. Maybe not finished. Maybe not finished. But JDM wins. I'm telling you. B team's had a lot of the B team. Craig Jones has had a lot of chances with Islam, and I think this is where they get it done. This is the Cody Garbrandt. This is the Cody Garbrandt Dominic Cruz moment for JDM. Anyways, so yeah, JDM he's the underdog. JDM's the underdog plus 230. So man, I'm picking some underdogs. And this is a banger card, 10 out of 10. I'm gonna be hanging out with some buddies for this. Gonna be awesome. What fights do I think are gonna be super exciting? I think Shepe Mariscal, Kyle Dawkins, and Wellmaker, and then Edwards Protez. I think Dariush versus Denise is gonna be probably disappointing.